What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Lightning Cell back today with another video, and as per a lot of y'all's request, I'm doing another versus battle video. This is kind of something I wasn't planning on doing, but I got brought up with something yesterday, and I'll explain that in detail. But with me, I have a new guest to the channel. His name's Shy Chris. Go ahead and say, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Shy Chris here.
Shy Chris is someone I just found on YouTube, honestly, randomly. His video that you'll see on his channel, if you go to, I'll post a link in the description below. But it took me one video to watch, and I immediately subscribed. He has a Kabuto versus Obito video. It's really good. I think you should check it out. He has a bunch of Naruto clips that he does and videos. So if you like my channel, you're definitely going to like his. So I would highly recommend you go watch his videos. So I have him today with me because I got brought up with a conversation last night or the night before, whatever. And someone on Instagram DM'd me somehow, and for some reason asking if I thought Warrior Kakashi could take the 5 Kage. This out of the clear blue sky, he asked me that. And my initial thought was absolutely not. Like, the Kage would, like, tear him apart. And it kind of sat with me a little bit, and, like, I don't want to be too dismissive of even Warrior Kakashi, because I get he's OP. But against the 5 Kage who took on Madara, I don't see anything, like... So, for the sake of making people happy, we're going to go through different versions of Kakashi throughout the series and just kind of do, you know, a spitball video about what we think of the topic itself. So that's what the title is. It's Could Kakashi in general defeat the 5 Kage? So obviously, you know, I mean, Shy Chris, you want to say anything for the preface of the video, or you want to just...
Yeah, okay, so basically what Lightning Stuff said, basically we're just breaking it down. Different times of Kakashi versus 5 Kage. It's obviously going to be the 5 Kage that fought Madara. That's kind of what we're doing. And yeah, we're just going to see which Kakashi does the best.
Okay, so now we'll go on to Warrior Kakashi. This is where things, like I said, I thought about it for a while. I thought about it for a while last night. I was like, you know what? I don't want to, because I'm a Kakashi fan. I'm a Kakashi tard. Like, I'll go ahead. I admit it in every video that I have. But I just can't really see him winning. But I guess as far as the Warrior section goes, we can try to see what he could do. Because
yeah,
I'll say right from the get-go, I think Kakashi loses. But we can go ahead and just like try to see what he could do. So what would you think as far as how well do you think Warrior Kakashi could do 1v5?
Well, kind of just see the jump from Pain Arc Kakashi into Warrior Kakashi. So we see like Kakashi use like commonly like 3 times maybe against in that Pain fight, and then he dies because of exhaustion or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much like that takes out of him. And then we see in the War Arc, he fights for like 3 days straight and like he just spams commonly like a ton. And
like on top of like lightning style jutsus too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and like that one, I'm not sure if it was one of your videos I saw, but like that one move where he takes his like Shadow Clone as like the double Raikuri, like
the lightning
like
cable
cord, the cord or whatever, the cable or whatever. That move, like I guarantee you that takes like a ton of chakra to pull off. And like the fact that he was able to do that against right after like fighting all these different Edo Tenseis and then going up against the Bijou. Like, it's just, his feats are definitely far more, and, like, a lot better than Pain Arc Kakashi. But, like what you were asking, I definitely think he's able to probably get around Mei, for sure, like we said. The rest is kind of hard, because, so, it's just such a big jump, because he would have to take, because they're going to work as a team, kind of as they did against Madara, where Gaara is going to have, like, his sand and stuff like that. It's going to be mostly defensive, like, protecting the other Kage, along with, like, catching Kakashi off guard. Then we have Tsunade, who's just going to be a tank and just heal, so that's just a problem. Kakashi in general. Because, like, yeah, he could Lightning Blade her, but, like, she'll just kind of, like, Madara sliced her in half, and she ended up living. Like,
yeah. Well, on the subject of, like, you know, Lightning Blading Tsunade, the only way that, like, Lightning Blade would be efficient if he was able to cut her in half like Madara did, because granted she was alive, but she couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. She'd be rendered KO'd.
I was just thinking about this. I think the biggest problem for Kakashi in this fight, because I was just thinking about this, is probably Raikage A not because like, well, one, his speed, like you could probably say Raikage's speed is like on par with Warrior Kakashi, if not like a little bit better than Warrior Kakashi, just because he's like known as like one of the faster shinobi in the show.
Yeah.
But then he's also going to be speed boosted by Onagi, because like he did that thing where he rides on his back, does the lightweight, and he's a lot faster. And then we've seen how like Sasuke's Chidori matched up against his lightning armor, and that's not really able to like kind of like counteract it, basically.
Yeah.
So obviously, I think Kakashi's Raikuri is probably a little bit stronger than what we saw with Sasuke, but it's just going to be like between the lightning armor and its speed, just fighting Raikage A alone would be a little challenging, I imagine. And then like having then like he has to focus on A while Gaara's also trying to like yank him with sand and all this other stuff. Like that just seems impossible.
Well, okay, so if we try to make a battle plan in Kakashi, I'm trying to give Kakashi like a big benefit of the doubt because his Kamui is ridiculously fast. He's so proficient with it that I honestly don't think Raikage's speed will be much of a trouble as far as just him trying to Kamui the Raikage, because we saw that Kakashi was able to teleport a moving KCM2 Naruto moving at full speed. Okay, even if you don't want to say he was moving at full speed, he was probably going 80% of his top speed.
It just proves his reaction speed, like especially with his Sharingan. You're right. I don't think A's speed really would, like, that he wouldn't have to worry about that considering what he's already shown he's capable of.
Well, and you know what? And this is, I've said this often before. I don't know if you heard this in one of my videos or not, but I've said before that I think Kakashi's most impressive Kamui feat, it comes before the war. It's during the 5 Kage Summit fight with Sasuke when Sasuke first pulls out a Susanoo against Kakashi. And because you got to take into account, that was Kakashi's first time ever seeing a Susanoo. So not only did Kakashi have enough time to activate his Kamui, but he also had enough time to port a Susanoo arrow at point blank range from Sasuke.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I agree.
It's just like, I don't know. To me, I feel like that was just one of the best, if not the best feat he has, because he was literally at point blank range. Because he was not, 10, 20 feet away from Kakashi. So,
yeah. Hell, even exhausted Kakashi in the Pain arc, when Pain shoots that needle into his head, is able to Kamui that away. Like, and that, I guarantee you, that's fast as hell. Like,
yeah.
It's like, is crazy. And he's exhausted, too. And he's, like, so exhausted. Like, this thing's about to kill him, and he's, like, last second Kamui away.
I know.
That was pretty
Pain didn't even notice. Like, Pain didn't even notice it Kamui away. It's like Pain, of all people, because of Rinnegan. And again, Rinnegan doesn't really have like the visual perception per se, but like still, like Pain's pretty observant, and you'd think that he'd know about it. But anyway, I definitely think that like, you know, maybe I'm sleeping on Kakashi's like Kamui speed because I honestly thought when the guy was, you know, texting me about this conversation, you know, the first thing that popped in my head, the first two things that popped in my head is like, well, Tsunade and the Raikage are definitely going to be the problem. Because of, you know, the Raikage's speed and strength. But it was like, well, I mean, speed, maybe not so much. Strength, probably, because I know for a fact that if Kakashi got hit by Tsunade or the Raikage at least once or twice, he'd probably kick the bucket. So, I mean, I want to try to give Kakashi the benefit of the doubt there because he was going toe-to-toe with, like, 2, like, Biju and their version 2 cloak. So, like, there is probably, you know, some strength that, like some raw strength that Kakashi could handle, but compared to Tsunade, I don't like I said, I think 1 to 2 hits from Tsunade is definitely going to be enough to kill him. But like is with Tsunade, just on the subject of like curiosity, would you say that like Tsunade and Sakura's taijutsu is pretty much the same? Like they're around the same level as taijutsu?
I think definitely by the end of War Arc for sure. Actually, no, I wouldn't even say that. I'd say Tsunade's, and like by like considering the Sasori fight we saw, like I think Sakura probably got to around Tsunade's strength like soon after or at that point.
Well, my point in bringing that up is like during the second bell test, like Sakura could not hit Kakashi one time. Like
I see, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So I feel as though like Tsunade will likely be the same way. Like I don't see like Tsunade being able to actually land a hit on Kakashi. So if he's not distracted by the other Kage, which he probably would be. So that's what I'm saying is like, but my point is saying that is like, I'm assuming like Kakashi always does, he'll go into the fight with clones. So What would be the max amount of clones you said Kakashi could probably make at War Arc?
Actually, really, like, obviously he does use clones, but like he's not like anywhere near like a clone spammer, right?
No.
He and like, especially because a lot of his clones, like, especially if he's using like lightning clones or something like that, like he did against Pain. I say just to get, like, in his mind, the conserved chakra, I don't think he's using more than like 3.
He could probably use.
I think he probably could make more, but I just don't see him like.
No, yeah,
he knows he knows that his clones aren't taking out each one of the Kage individually.
Right.
So I just don't see him like. He could probably make more, obviously more than 3, but I just don't see him like choosing to. But it's obviously that's speculative.
Well, I think. Well, I could honestly agree with 3. I want to say that he could probably create 5.
I would agree to that.
I only say that because, like, you know, if we assume that, like, and granted, Hiruzen was an Edo Tensei, but Hiruzen didn't seem like he had much trouble creating 5 clones.
Yeah.
I guess the Edo Tensei chakra thing is really weird to me, especially in the world, because like they're supposed to have infinite chakra, but like Tobirama was only able to make 2 shadow clones. In theory, he should be able to make dozens. That's always been weird to me, but like you could put like old Hiruzen's chakra level on the same as like Kakashi in the War Arc, which it's up to discretion, I guess, but see War Arc Kakashi having like much issues of creating 4 shadow clones and then like maybe 1 lightning clone. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Because when you brought up the whole lightning cable feat he had, he did say like verbatim, "I'm concerned about how much chakra I have, but I can't worry about conserving right now." Then he makes shadow clone and then does the lightning cable and then proceeds to keep using Kamui throughout that clone.
Yeah, that's a little funny.
So, but it's like he made that clone, did the cable, and then he just proceeds to use lightning blade and Kamui relentlessly. I'm just like, okay, well then you must not be too worried about conserving chakra. I don't know. I said I'm trying to think in my head of ways that he could take it because I'm still leaning on the side of Kakashi loses.
Yeah, I think the base problem with Kakashi in general, especially I think even at the War Arc, maybe Hokage Kakashi's a little bit different because based on some of his feats, but Kakashi is kind of like a glass cannon kind of character in like to begin with. Like he like his stamina is like isn't always like at max point. Obviously in War Arc it's a very much improved than the rest of it, the rest of the series, but he always is more kind of offensive minded. That like if he does, the problem is that like where there's characters like Madara and Hashirama who can tank hits over and over again. And then like Tsunade, she could just heal, so she could tank hits. But like there's other characters that just can't, like, and like the bottom line is when you risk 5 people, you're gonna get hit eventually.
Yeah.
And that's just a big problem for Kakashi, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, okay, Kakashi's dangerous. Absolutely. I think War Kakashi easily surpasses his Kage level. But the reality is, like you said, when you're going 1v5, you're gonna get hit eventually. And it just okay, so if we make like a battle plan, like we said before, okay, which Kage do you think he's gonna need to get rid of first? Like if you were to like say like if we're doing a process of elimination for him to get the win, like which Kage do you think he would need to get rid of first?
Realistically, I think he needs to either go after, well, to be honest, that's hard. Because, like, Tsunade is going to be a problem because she heals people. Gaara is going to be a problem because he's just, like, the sand is just going to be annoying as hell trying to fight anyone else. The sand's just going to be coming after him. It's going to come from the ground. It's going to come from the sky. It's just going to be a hindrance. So that's, like, an easy, like, you want to take out Gaara because he's a big hindrance. And then, but you also have to kind of worry about Onuki because he could just sit back and kind of, like, try to particle style with that. So, like, there's, like, I'd say those are the big 3 that, like, he needs to worry about. I don't see Mei hitting him at all. Like, I just don't see Mei.
Absolutely not. No.
Because I think Mei's strongest move is, like that close quarters thing she did against Sasuke, like, where she, like, puts steam and...
Oh, vapor style, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably, like, her most deadly attack. And I'm sure she's lava style, but I don't see Kakashi having any problem avoiding her lava style.
No, like... Because, like, I often forget this, too. He has the Lightning Fang, too. I keep forgetting about that. He has that long-range Lightning Fang jutsu that he used against Pain. And that, honestly, may not be enough to absolutely kill Mei, but Mei doesn't have too many great, like, durability feats. And
For sure.
And I... See, this is where I think the clones would definitely be the thing that he would have to start with. I think the clones, like, 4 clones and a Lightning Style Shadow Clone, if you wanted to be really safe, because Kakashi's sly, and he has, like, the Headhunter jutsu, and none of the Kage... Yeah, none of the Kage have any like ocular visual prowess, so like they would not be able to really tell which Kakashi is, the real one. Obviously, that at the process of elimination, they would find out. But like, it said Kakashi, all 4 or 5 of those Kakashis moving around the battlefield using Headhunter Jutsu, and then you have the real one setting up Kamui's while the other like clones, or because in my mind, I'm thinking that like the clone that goes for Gaara is going to be just running around trying to avoid getting hit by the same. One of the other clones is going to be going toe to toe with Tsunade, but Tsunade not really being able to. Mei probably is going to get one-shotted. Onuki's, I guess, get it. I don't know. Kakashi's probably going to shoot some long-range attacks towards Onuki, I guess, because he's going to be flying in midair if I had to take a guess. So, I guess the Raikage, in my mind, I feel like the Raikage would be the one he needs to get rid of first because he's just so fast. I feel like if he doesn't have the Raikage's speed to worry about, then I feel like...
And going toe-to-toe with the Raikage the entire time is going to be exhausting for him.
Yeah.
So, if he gets rid of the Raikage, no one else is really contesting him speed-wise. So I feel like that is definitely something that, yeah, you're right there.
I think the best option would be the real Kakashi. Maybe not necessarily the Raikage to attack him head-on, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, having the Raikage attack him head-on, because Kakashi's Kamui is easily, if I had to take a wild guess, easily able to Kamui. If, like, say, the Raikage tries to blitz Kakashi, he's going to do exactly what he did to Kakashi's Susanoo arrow. Like, he's going to teleport into next week. So, like, I don't see it. I mean, the Raikage is not as big as a Susanoo arrow. Maybe at best, a hair slower than KCM2 Naruto. So, if the Raikage tries to blitz the real Kakashi, Kakashi should be able to Kamo Node. So
yeah, and especially at the start of the fight, he's gonna have full amount of chakra. And that's where it will be the start of the fight, because we know A's not necessarily the most careful fighter.
No, he's really.
We seen him against. He literally lost an arm fighting Sasuke.
Yeah,
because he decided to. Yeah, he decided to punch Amaterasu because that's smart.
Yeah. He's a Kage too. Oh boy. He runs a whole village. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I think that I think that's just a smarter move. Like, in terms of being a nuisance, like, I think he would definitely try to get rid of both the Raikage first and then Tsunade. Because, yeah, Tsunade is, like, her healing's gonna be a factor, but, like, she can't heal to the Kamui dimension. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If he gets the Raikage to the Kamui dimension, then it's game over pretty much for the Raikage. So, and as I said, like, Tsunade barely has any speed feats. So Kakashi might honestly be able to Kamui her if she's going toe to toe with a clone, and if Kakashi's already gotten the Raikage out of the way, then he might be able to just go ahead and use Kamui right then and there as she's dealing with a clone or something. If that happens, if Kakashi's able to get Tsunade and the Raikage out like the beginning of the fight, I honestly think he might take. But that would be
that's crazy to think about, but you brought up some very good points, especially because if the Raikage's out of the way, Mei's basically gonna be out of the way.
Yeah.
If she's able to somehow then take out Tsunade, I don't see Onuki and Gaara stop him. I don't. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy to think about.
Well, the only problem is that we agree that Mei's rendered pretty much useless. The only thing I could see Mei really being able to do is not. It's rendered useless against someone like Kakashi who has plenty of long-range deadly attacks. But the only thing I was going to say is that Mei might be able to have keep some distance between Kakashi and Gaara and Onuki from Kakashi being able to attack them with their vapor style. She can create a field of vapor mist or whatever, so Kakashi couldn't get close. But then again, we've seen him long-range Kamui from things from 30 feet away, and he also has the Lightning Fang and Water Dragon Jutsu or Fireball Jutsu. So, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. But the only thing I could see, though, is Gaara shooting off sand attacks while Onuki's shooting beams of particle style and around the field. So, that's where it comes into play. Okay, yeah, the Raikage and Tsunade are out of the way, and it's definitely easier now. But, I don't know. I feel as though, Onuki's going to have to try to... Or Kakashi's going to try to, fake out Onuki if he tries to catch him with a particle style and accidentally gets a clone. And then...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to pull some kind of trick on Onuki.
Yeah, that's Kamui G. And like I said, at this point, if we assume the fight's gone the way we described it, then he still hasn't used too much chakra, and I don't see Gaara being able to do like a whole lot. Because Kakashi's definitely fast enough to avoid getting hit with all that. I mean, okay, granted, if Gaara uses Sand Tsunami, I don't know what Kakashi's gonna do.
That is true.
Like,
but I think if he gets down the Gaara, he'd find a way. So if we're like looking at like in win condition wise, win condition for Kakashi basically would be get rid of the Raikage of Kamui and then kind of deal with the rest like individually.
Yeah.
Basically. If he's able to get rid of the Raikage and Tsunade of Kamui, and he kind of could deal with the rest, I think.
Yeah.
But like win condition for Kage, Gaara goes brazy. They work as a team. Onuki increases Raikage's speed, so it's a little bit harder to deal with. Like, and like if they do like decent teamwork, I feel like the Kage got it. But like obviously, if Kakashi's able to pick them off, then there's not really going to be a challenge.
So in conclusion for the war, Kakashi, what would you like 1 to 10? What would you give Kakashi?
It's crazy because we came into this thinking like there's like, and now we're like this is crazy. I'd say, I give it 6 out of 10 in
The Kage's favor?
Yeah.
I want to go 7 to 10 in the Kage's favor, just because I feel like I'll agree with you. 6 out of 10. I definitely think that like his Kamui's feat is slept on. So if Kakashi can Kamui the Raikage first, then I think he's definitely got it, in my opinion, because I don't think Tsunade is going to be too much more of an issue to handle for the Kamui either. So yeah, if he's able to get the Raikage, it's crazy. It all depends on if he can get one Kage out. And he's got it. Okay, so now we'll move on to Kakashi. I don't want to spend too long because this video is already pretty long, but this one's really going to be tough. I don't know. I want to say, like, the Hokage have it easier, but if I'm going to be honest, I think they might have just as hard of a time, if not a little bit harder, just because of how crazy Hokage... Okay.
Just look into the light novels, because he has this thing where he creates a giant mud wall around the entire village and like keeps it up for multiple days at a time while repairing it, and also like deflecting lightning style jutsus by changing the substance of the wall. Like it's stuff that you don't see in the original Naruto series.
Well, he also went toe to toe with Lee and like effortlessly beat him, and this is a Lee who is twice as strong as he already was in the war arc. We assume he's on the same level as Guy, and he went toe to toe with like 50 plus Jonin, just barely used using taijutsu and like a little bit of genjutsu only, which is not even his specialty. And then he went toe to toe with someone who was like at 50% of the Raikage, both in speed and strength, and he was able to clap him like with no problem. And so and then he has a jutsu. I can't remember what the name of it was. He has a jutsu. It's like a phoenix, like giant phoenix, a fire phoenix that like spits out fire attacks. So it's almost like a summoning jutsu, but it's not.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And that can last for a while. So like I'm just like, and then he's got the purple lightning, which is supposed to be like 5 to 10 times stronger than lightning blade. And it could
like do projectiles and stuff like that too. Like it's pretty versatile.
And he's also able to use it as a defense mechanism. I don't know if you've seen that, but in one of the Boruto episodes, he's able to use it similarly to how Sasuke uses his Chidori stream, like from his own body.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's all depending on how much like chakra he puts into it is the amount of strength it has. So like if you really wanted to do some damage both defensively on it and offensively. So like I don't know. I want to say that like he would have a tougher time just because he doesn't have Kamui and it's not necessarily a one shot anymore. But Purple Lightning on its own is considered like Onuki saw that jutsu and immediately crapped his pants.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's Onuki we're talking about here. That's one of the opponents that we're talking about. So he might honestly have an easier time with the Purple Lightning since he can use it as a projectile. He has a lot more chakra to draw from now, so which means he can make at least twice as many clones. If we were giving him, every benefit of the doubt, we had at least 10 clones, no problem. And we can only assume his speed, strength, and skill is double, if not more than that, than it was in the war arc. He might actually have an easier time taking
Yeah, I'd just say especially his chakra reserves are going to be a lot higher, especially because he doesn't have to worry about the Sharingan and all this other stuff. Like, I give it, if we were going to do the same scaling numbers, I'd say probably, like, if it was a 6 out of 10 before for the Kage, I'd say it's at least a 6, if not 7 out of 10 for Kakashi.
That purple lightning is no joke. So
yeah, so he could probably just put Mei in a mud dome and like just ignore.
Yeah. Well,
you stay there.
Not even as a joke. Honest to God, I really think Kakashi, Hokage Kakashi, I think could make 10 clones and summon that giant phoenix, and then just go to town. Like, honestly, because I think that's enough to struggle with. Because like the clones are gonna be stronger, at least a little bit, and he's got that giant phoenix just running around like shooting off fire attacks. Like, it's no big. So he has arsenal and he has backup. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I honestly think that this, like, that Phoenix could probably take care of Mei and maybe Gaara. And
they at least have to worry about it. They would be expending all their energy either defending themselves or the other Kage, especially Gaara, probably just like using Sand. So Gaara wouldn't be able to focus on attacking Kakashi because he would be so worried about either the clones or this Phoenix shooting giant fire style jutsu at them. It would have to use his energy to protect them from that. But while he's doing that, Kakashi's taking out other Kage, and then eventually he's going to take out them.
Yeah. So I think I agree with you. I honestly would give Hokage Kakashi a 7 to 10, 7 to 8, 7 out of 10 chance that he would take it. Honestly, that's crazy. I honestly thought Hokage Kakashi would actually have a worse time. I don't know why I forgot some of the feats, but like the more we talked about it, I was like, okay, maybe I'm giving Kakashi not enough credit, but yeah. So yeah, you said 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. There y'all have it. For the guy, if you're watching this, the guy who DM'd me, I hope you feel better now. Like maybe I was wrong. I guess I'll admit it. But y'all let us know in the comments and know what y'all think. If we're giving Kakashi too much credit, if we miss anything, be sure to let us know. I'm pretty sure we covered just about every scenario we could. But yeah, thanks you, Shy Chris, for being on the channel with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Look forward to seeing him again, guys, because I'm gonna have him on some series too. So, like I said, be sure to check his channel out if you like my videos, you're definitely gonna like his. So be sure to go like and subscribe his videos. So, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Lightning Snow out.